Hello. Did everyone just hear Alfie meow? He just meowed to say hello to you. It's Wednesday, November 5th. Whew. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. We're all doing well here at beadshop.com. Busy. Working. I think I feel like I need another lipstick layer. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like I do, maybe. There we go. Yes, Alfie. I don't know if you can hear him. Alfie is meowing up a storm over here. That's not the right color. Let's see. Well, I guess here we go. I got another one. I always have my emergency lipstick ready to go. All right. There we go. Is that better? Is that more red? I can't tell. That might be better. Yes, Alfie is really. Let's see. Let me see if I can grab him, and then we'll get started. Can you grab him for me? All right. Come here, Alf. There he is. There he is. Say hi to everybody. Alfred T. Pickles. There he is. You can all scratch his belly. There it is.
I want to rub the belly.
Yeah, rub that belly. There it is. All right. Yeah, Alfie is not hungry. He's on a reduction plan. He's doing pretty well. His health is good. So we're very, very happy. There he is. Look at how calm he is. What a good boy. There he is. Look at him. Alfie's looking straight at everybody. All right. There he is. All right. One more belly rub. And there he goes. Here's some feet. Look at those orange feet. There we go. All right. That's it. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. It's been the Alfie Cam. There he is. What a good boy. He's slapping me with his tail, though. He wants to go down. All right, Alfred T. Good boy. Oh, my goodness. Now I'm winded. Yes, he is such a good boy. I'll tell you what. I know. Such a good boy. All right. Well, we have, hey, Miranda, do we have a monthly mix over there somewhere? May I have it? Because I have this monthly mix. I'll show you. Perfect. I got it here. I know. Having a cat is so, it's so calming. It's so good. And you know, we have 4, all of them. I know he is my workout for sure. Hi Michelle, happy birthday to Michelle. If Facebook is correct, and I assume it is your birthday today. Happy birthday. I am wearing, Leslie, my Flora earring. I almost have the other one done. So, but I wore it for Dia de los Muertos and for Halloween. And I have my other one, my Forks one, my Twilight one in this, right? So I just thought I'd wear a mismatched pair. Yes. Well, happy big 6-0, Michelle. I'm not far behind you. Next year. Big 6-0. We're going to have a big party for sure. All right. Let's take a look at what I did for you folks today. I am really into earring. Well, I've always been into earrings, right? But I'm really into earrings right now. So I have kind of had this monthly mix on my, let me add this in so you can see it, on my bench here for a while. Get that there. There we go. But I wasn't quite sure what I was going to make with it. And so in true Kate fashion, I kind of put it off a little bit, let it simmer, right? Let it simmer. And then last night I was like, I can't put it off any longer. So, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to go tried and true with the brick stitch. As you saw last Friday, I wore those great brick stitch earrings that Leslie made me, those kitty cat ones. And so I guess it was kind of an inspiration. We did put this kitty cat a link to the kitty cat earrings that Leslie made. We put the link in the bead table on the Beadshop. So it is a paid for pattern. So if you do decide to make one, hop over to that Etsy shop and do support that artist. Maybe Janice, you can find it and pop it into the chat a little bit later. But I just love these earrings. I love brick stitch. I love fringe. So I did this one. I feel like it has fall vibes, right? Sweater weather for sure. Fall vibes to it. And I wanted to do a little bit of a mix up or mash up or whatever of some random here, kind of peppered pebbled those in like this. And then some stripes. I wanted stripes because I love the way stripes look. So I did kind of some stripes here with a 2-drop and a 1-drop. I used that A-dot symbol right at the top. Oh, and Miranda, we're going to need one of those symbols. Not the new one, the one that Danielle had. This one. It's that A-dot with the 2 prongs. Not the Pilos. Alona. Those Alonas in brass, please. Yeah, because I have one in here. No, probably not. Oh, great, Janice. Thanks for putting that up. Let me put that up. It's Helen Bead Patterns on Etsy. And she has a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So jump over and show her some love, right? All the small businesses right now can use your love. So jump on over. Helen Bead Patterns, we love your patterns for sure. And I love those earrings, Leslie. I love them. I have them sitting right here by me. I just love them. Okay. So this is what I did. I did some stripes. I started with this. I'm going to show you this ladder stitch row right here. Then we're going to go down to a 2-drop brick stitch, then up to a 2-drop brick stitch, then a single drop brick, 2-drop single 2, and then the single going up. Okay. And I thought that these brighter colors that are in this mix made for kind of a nice standout stripe. So I did some intentional color repeating. Oh, and she's in the Ukraine. Even better. Our sister in the Ukraine. Chris's family, his maternal family is Ukrainian. So that is awesome. I love it. Good to know. And Wendy, I'm proud of you too. You saw some earrings online and instinctively you thought that's 2-drop brick stitch. And you were correct. I love it. Love it. Lots of learning going on here. But you can see I did some color blocking sort of here and a little bit of kind of ombre. So here is that pebbling. I started here with pebbling right here. Okay. Then I went up to dark to light, but I did kind of an intentional skinny bright stripe there. Okay. And now I went down, did some dark, did that skinny stripe again, and then did some more ombre down there. And you can see here at the bottom, let me zoom in so you can see it. And I'm loving this. I'm even loving it on the camera. You can really see the color blocking on the camera there. Let me show you, let me zoom in so you can see what I did here at the bottom. So yeah, these are all A-dots. That's right, Mel, all A-dots. So this is all the Come As You Are mix for November. And then I used a Super Duo mix. I used the Wild Honey and I pulled some out from the bottom so they're kind of light. And then I used a Duracoat Champagne for the 11s here. I did 11s to kind of come around those. it's kind of hard to see because of the, let me just put it on this piece of cloth. Can you see that right there? How you can see these, those are the super duos, but you could use drops, you could use gem duos, you could put anything on the bottom or nothing. I was thinking about doing this super duo drop in the symbol, but I went with the glass ones instead. But it just depends on what you want to do. But I really like the shape that the super duo gives it. It gives it kind of some good negative space. It has a little bit of a look like a leaf or a bud or a cattail or something, also kind of fall-ish. And then for the top, I use that Alona. Now that Alona is another finding that we introduced by Danielle Wicks. She used it in some of her things. And I thought it was the perfect closure for this one. So I'm using that Alona, and then I'm using the shepherd hook up at the top. That's going to be the connection up there. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about this monthly mix, and then we will go into the pattern, and I'll show you. And you can kind of make your pattern up. My pattern is only a guideline. You can kind of play around with the color blocking as you like. But I'm really excited. I think this is a nice fall pair of earrings. Very cozy, I think, right? So yeah, this is the Alona 2. Thank you, Janice. It's this one. It's that one right there. So Come As You Are, what Miranda and I did, we thought about Thanksgiving, and we wanted to make it like kind of Thanksgiving traditional, but we wanted to put a different spin on it. And we were talking about Thanksgiving and how cool that the Thanksgiving holiday is really kind of a come as you are kind of holiday. It's my favorite, or US Thanksgiving, though I would kind of assume that Canadian Thanksgiving or other Thanksgivings around the world are maybe similar in sentiment. But we called it Come As You Are because I think that Thanksgiving is kind of a great time to get together, not only with family, but also your chosen family. And so we based it on the movie, The Birdcage, which is one of our favorites. Robin Williams, may he rest. Nathan Lane, hilarious. The late, great Gene Hackman, right? It's such a great, great movie. And it's really all about family and chosen family. And I think it's an important sentiment, especially around Thanksgiving, to not only embrace our loved ones, but embrace those who are our chosen ones as well. Friends that are like family, all of that, right? So yes, Pirin tablets, my favorite. Gosh, Nathan Lane is just brilliant in that movie. And of course, Diane Wiest, who is my spirit animal, right? She really, I feel like she has my acting career. I adore her. Yeah, just it's a great, I think it's a great Thanksgiving movie. So so we pulled colors that really kind of read like South Miami Beach, right? But we wanted to put kind of a fall spin on it too. So that's why we put in kind of these brighter colors as well. Let me slide in. You can see that a little bit. And yes, of course, based on the fantastic stage play, La Cage aux Folles, which is also amazing. So yeah, it's a great, I think it's a great holiday movie, you know? That's what's always fun about a good family movie, right? So good. Um, so that was so that's the thinking behind this. I think it has great fall vibes, great Miami Beach vibes, a good nod to an amazing movie. Um, so yeah, so let me show you how I put this together. Okay, let's make it. You know, most of you, many of you, know how to do this brick stitch, but I'm just going to run it through, right? And as my mom, my mom and I, we watched the Birdcage together. Remember, Mom? I think we were in Santa Monica at a bead show, and I think that's the first time we watched it, right? And it is true. Our Thanksgivings were always a good group. We always had some fun times. So it is my favorite of the family holidays for sure. So, but a big shout out to all my family, my chosen family, you folks being our family. It's a good sentiment for sure. All right, so let's take a look here at this brick stitch that I did here. I started with a ladder stitch, this row right here, and I laddered 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 in that row. Okay, and when I ladder with the brick stitch here, what I always do as my base row, I go down a row because it's easy to increase from that brick stitch, and I'll show you that, right? So I went from 9 to 10, and 10 is my base row for my tassels down here. And then I went up, and then I did a 2-drop, a single, a 2-drop, a single, a 2-drop, ended with the single, and then the Alona 2. Okay. So, okay. So let's start with that 9 segment of the ladder stitch. And the ladder, I really just pebbled. Okay, so let me get my thread. I didn't bring that over. I used a Fireline because I'm kind of into using Fireline. And I also used Fireline for the fringe. Now you could do this in KO if you wanted to, for sure. I can't find the end of my Fireline. Does that ever happen to you? Let's see. Maybe this is it. Here we go. So I'm using, let me see, 6 pound is what I'm using. Okay. So I am going to clip off like a wingspan. Yeah, I'm so into Fireline. So into Fireline right now. I'm in my Fireline era. Let's do this. And then let's just do a row of 9 or a 9 segment ladder. And I'm not even going to worry too much about what I'm putting on. I'm not going to make these rows match. I'll make the rest of the earring match, but not these. So for ladder, we come up. I put on 4 because this is going to be a 2-drop ladder. I come in, so I've got my 4 here. Let me get a little closer. Okay. A little tighter. Okay. And then I've got a tail that's, I don't know, maybe about 4 inches that I can weave in later. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and for this first ladder stitch, I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to come down. I'm just going to reinforce this first one. You don't have to, but I'm going to. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Oh, Sharon, I love that you had the international university students at your place. Yeah, we would, when I worked for Opera San Jose a billion years ago, we had a lot of the opera singers, would be away from their families and stuff, of course, on Thanksgiving. So I would give a really big Thanksgiving with all of the opera, the San Jose Opera group. So fun. So fun. But yeah, I always like a lot of really great, just a great mix. It's always fun. 2, 4. So we're getting there. Yeah, Curtis, you could do the base. Do you use the KO for the fringe or for the base of your earrings? I would probably use the fire line if you were going to mix them. Though, I don't know. You experiment and see what works for you. You can kind of mix and see what works out. But if you really want the fringe to be super supple, you could do it with KO for sure. There we go. Like this. So where am I? 2, 4, 6. Here's 7. Go through and back down. Here's 8. Go through and up. So you're just making circles, right? Like this. And I think this is 9 right here. I'm going to double check after I put this on and count. Okay. And here we go. Two, 4, 6, 8. So there's 9. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this row right here. And I'm going to increase so I've got 10. Okay, that'll be my bottom row where the fringe comes out. So I will just go through here. I will go through here. And now I'm ready to do my brick stitch. So we're going to do a 2-drop brick. So I'll put 4 on to start. Okay. And then I'm not going to go through this first one. I'm going to go. Oh no, I'm lying to you. I am going to go through this first one because I want to increase. If I were decreasing, I'd go through the second one, and that's what we'll do on the other. So see here how this is kind of hanging off there, right? Oh, Sharon, a museum? What I need to go to the museum in Princeton, 100%. I just love Princeton. I'll have to go there.
I'm going to go to the Beadwork Museum.
Oh, the one in Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
I don't want to go to Maine.
Oh, I want to go. Oh, I'd love to go to Maine. I've always wanted to go to Maine. So now we're going to go across. So here's 2. So I need to put on 8 more. So I'll put on my brick and I just go underneath the thread bridge there. Okay. Oh, it's at the university. That's great. I'll be going out again next year to see my friends. So I will definitely check it out. That's what I love about the East Coast. There are so many like American history things to look at. Though there are a lot of American history things to look at here in California as well. But, you know, like when I would do the show, whoops, I didn't catch it underneath. When I would do the show in King of Prussia in Delaware, it was Bead Fest. That's what it was called. It's been so long, I can't remember. Why can't I get under that thread bridge? Sorry, everybody. This one isn't. Let me really pay attention. Here, under the thread bridge. Can you all see that? How I'm under the thread bridge? See? Now I'm going around and up. There we go. All right. There we go. So when I would drive from the hotel to King of Prussia, we would have to go over, there was, I think, a crossing, like where, crossing the Delaware River, I think, right? And so I always would think, you know, back to the Revolution or whatever. I don't know. There's so much to see. So much to see, so much to do. Yes. Thank you, Cindy Brooke. Cindy Brooke says, and Janice, maybe you can change that. 4461 is the Duracoat Tea Rose, but it's listed as Duracoat Galvanized Dark Mauve. It could be that maybe another, it could be a name change between, but we will double check it. Okay, thank you. You can always share a boo-boo. I can't do it without you. I love it. And when people email us, they're all, didn't mean to tell you that something was wrong, but something's wrong. And thank goodness you tell us. Thank goodness you're our proofreaders. Yeah, or yeah, the other day when the newsletter was late and I scheduled it for 2 p.m. and not 2 a.m. Gina, I did. I didn't reinforce this row with the first brick, but you could. But I'm going to be doing a lot of weaving anyway, so I'll have that reinforcement. But I did reinforce the first step of the ladder. Okay. So, oh, thanks, Cindy. We'll fix it. We'll update it. I appreciate you doing pointing that out. Thank you. It takes a village, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. I need 2 more. And see, I only have 1 thread bridge left here. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 thread bridge, 1 under that thread bridge first. So there is number 9. And then I'll go under that same thread bridge and do number 10. Okay, so same thread bridge there and up. Okay, now here is, let me scoot these over. Janice, these are the new, Emily sent Miranda and I these little gifts because Emily had these at the retreat and we were both like, we want these. So Emily sent them to us. Janice, I think we can get these in. I love this little skinny thread scoop. Look at how it gets things back into, look at that. We need it. We need it. Yeah, look.
What?
Look.
What? That's crazy talk.
I know. Love. So we need to get these. And then this tweezer scoop. So we'll grab these. Okay. Because, yeah, I love them. I love them. So here, she sent us 1 each. 1 for me, 1 for Miranda. Or maybe they were 2 for Miranda, but Miranda let me have one.
I don't.
So here, Janice, just relax. We don't need them in today, but I wanted to show them to you in action, right? I know I love them. We'll get them. We'll get them. So see here, it's this row. That's the base row right there, the ladder stitch. And this is the brick stitch down. Now I'm going to go up 2 drop brick stitch in this dark topaz AB, I think. Now you can decide what color order you want to do. Okay. I did the dark topaz, so I'm going to do that. I know it seems that these bead scoops that everyone loves them, and I have no idea why I haven't heard of them before, but I haven't. Isn't that funny? Here's the tail, so I'm just going to put this kind of to the side there. And I'll start with the 2 drop. So now I'm going to decrease. Okay, so I'm going to start with my 1, 2 sections, 4 beads, right? And I'm going to go in, not here, but the second one in, okay, to decrease. So I'm going to skip that first thread bridge and come in here. And I am going to reinforce here to make it sit right. So let me zoom in so you can see it. Okay. I am going to go up like so. Okay. Down my first group. That'll kind of pull these 2 in together. And then I go up the final group here. Okay. So you can see how down here, this bottom row has been increased. This is the ladder stitch. And then here's the decrease in this row. Okay. So I'm going to now continue. If I've decreased 2, 4, 6, 8, there's going to be 8 sections here. Okay, all the same. Now you can use any colors in the color blocking that you want. You could do all pebbling, right? That's the beauty of a mix, is that you can just use what you like to use. Okay, so you can copy my colorway, right, like this, or you can do your own, right? Come as you are. That's the beauty. Choose your own adventure. Come as you are. No need to stand on ceremony, my friends. Come as you are. So here we go, and we're just going to get this. This is 3, and then I've got 2 more to put in. But I like kind of the different color stories that are going on here with this. Oh, thank you, Janice, for fixing the links. I appreciated it. This would look, Mel, thanks for that observation. Since we did that beginning with the 4, you could do this top in herringbone as well rather than brick. Maybe I should try that. I've been falling back on brick stitch lately for sure. Yeah, it seems that everybody has used these scoops in the lab, including Stem Hilly and my mom. Well, good to know. Well, we also use it in the bead lab. Love it. Okay, so here we go. So here is that row. Okay. Yeah, this also would be great in herringbone. This mix would be beautiful in herringbone, 100%. But this would look great, the top in herringbone, right? So now I'm going to do this. I think this is watermelon, maybe this color. I can't remember. I'd have to check the mix. But I thought I would do just a skinny row. So I'm going to do a single drop here, right? So if that was 8, this is probably 7 right here. Yeah, Michelle, I've been seeing you just posted on the bead table a really great earring that I love. Yeah, I'm really into this. I'm going to be taking a little, Chris and I are going on a little family vacation, friends and family, chosen friends and chosen family, I guess. Vacay. It's my cousin's 60th birthday. And so we're all getting away to Mexico.
Didn't choose me.
I know, I'm sorry, but someone, Miranda, has to stay home and hold down the fort.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. And hold down Alfie, right? So all of my earring wardrobe are going to come with me, right? To Mexico for sure. So here's that row, right? So, and Chris and I have definitely earned it, I'll tell you what. So, but yes, visiting one of my most favorite places in the whole wide world, our beautiful brothers and sisters down in Mexico. I just love Mexico with the food and the people and the history and the beauty. It is just gorgeous. So I'm going to go in. I put on my 4, right? 2 and 2. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to go into the second one. I've been to Mexico so many times. I love it. It's going to be all good. I can't wait. Our beautiful neighbors to the south. Though I also love our beautiful neighbors to the north, our Canadian friends and family up there. Maybe next year we'll get there, right? So here is my 2, okay? So I've done the 2 drop and then the single. The single gives me a nice skinny stripe in there, right? So the dark brown, yes, this is the dark topaz AB right here. This, I think, is watermelon. Is that correct?
Oh.
And then what's the lighter color, Miranda, after that? This is the rainbow. I'm going to have to just bring it up. Let me see.
Matte dark mauve, white watermelon, silver line topaz gold.
Silver
we
line.
did the rainbow lavender. The glazed rainbow.
Glazed rainbow lavender. That's what this is. Right there. Yes. So Duracoat dyed light watermelon. That's this one.
Oh, you know what?
What's that?
No wonder. You put it on there twice, but with different numbers.
Oh,
That's what it is.
that's what it is. Okay. Okay. Let me get back to that. Okay. And so let me do these. We are going to Cabo San Jose, down at the very end of Baja. It's going to be gorgeous. Love. Love. I don't know. I don't know if everybody, I mean, not everybody I know has been to Mexico, but I know, yeah, Miranda's never been, but a lot of Californians, I think, especially when you have friends in SoCal, right? You just go pop right over to the border to Mexicali. Like when my mom lived down there, we'd have fun. Or Tijuana or Rosarita. Yeah, so good. Yeah, love it. So here we go. So this makes, I think this is 6. Yeah. And the top goes really fast because you're decreasing every row. So the next row, what's the light orange one then? No, this one's the light watermelon. No, this one. What's this one?
Oh, that's the tea rose.
That's the tea rose?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so now we are going to do that single. So this is 5, right? 2, 4, 5. So I'll put on my 2 and I'll go into the second one here, right? Then we'll go up. Then we'll go down. Then we'll go up. Okay. And then I just need 1 in each of these for the thread bridges. So that one under. And I like the play of the transparent, the silver lined, the opaque, the rainbow coating. I think that the mixture of all of these textures plus the Ceylon really does well. And Miranda, the Ceylon, I was like, and Miranda's all, the Ceylon is the hill I'm going to die on. I'm all, okay.
But it worked.
And it did. It worked. So here is, this one is the silver lined, what was it? Topaz? Light topaz. So I go in under the center. Yeah. I go up. And coming in and reinforcing this first stitch, the first 4 that you put on, I think is really important because Silverline Topaz Gold, thank you. Because it makes everything sit nicely, that first step, right? So that tightens up. I go back down through these 2 and now up. Yeah, I'm hopeful we will see some whales. We'll see what happens. All I know is I'm going to be swimming up to the swim up bar and be and reading some good vacation books. That's going to be my week. And a little bit of sightseeing, probably go out into town and eat some good food. But so here's this here. And then this last one. And come up. So now I'm at 4. So now I put in another single row of 3. And the 3 is the mauve, I think, or whichever. I'll have to look on the list again. So see, I skip that first one. I go into the second one. Let me see. It is the galvanized matte dark mauve, the 4213F is what it is. Then, so that's a single. So that goes there. We come up. We do our, I'll reinforce it. There we go. Keep the tension. But see how that reinforcing really makes those sit nicely, right? And this goes up like this. All right, so now it's time to put the topper on. So let me show you how that works. Okay, so this is what I did because this this Alona 2 is not really meant for the brick stitch, but we just make it work, right? I'm going to go through one prong like this, okay? I'm going to go through an 8/0 and back out, okay? Now what I have, see how it's kind of open up here. I'm going to go back down through number 3. And now I need to connect these. Okay, so I'm going to come in and tighten that up. Why isn't that one tightening? There we go. My thread is coming out of this bead here. Now I'm going up through the center bead in the row below it. Now I jog through this center bead, oops, right here. Come on. It's a little tight, so you kind of have to tell it who's the boss. There we go, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to tighten everything up again. And I go back down through that center bead. So it comes up through that center bead that's in the middle of the Alona and back down. And see how when I kind of pull it tightly, it evens everything out. Okay. Now I'm going to follow that thread path. I'm going to go through this one at the end. And I'm going to stitch it a couple more times. I'm going to go here, top of that Alona, all the way through those 3 like that, right? And then I'll just repeat that thread path one more time. Down, up through this one. Through that center. Sometimes it helps to come at an angle. Back down. Like so. And back up. Now, what I do is I send this through the top one more time like this. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to weave down and I'm going to start my fringe. Okay, it does have a Neapolitan ice cream feel.
Oh, yeah.
Bernada, it does. I love Neapolitan. What order do you eat your Neapolitan in, Miranda?
Strawberry first, then vanilla bean.
That's what I do too.
Oh my god!
Strawberry first.
I don't really care for chocolate.
Oh, see, chocolate's my favorite.
Oh, so you say the best for last.
So I save the best for last.
Oh,
And strawberry is my least favorite.
yeah, I'm the opposite.
So I do the strawberry first. Makes me want a Neapolitan ice cream
Okay.
sandwich real
I guess we can go get one.
bad.
You've been really good today.
So I'll eat the strawberry first. Then I'll have the vanilla, and then the chocolate is last because it's my favorite. Okay. So here I'm ready. I'm ready to start my fringe. Okay. So what I did, this was the lineup that I did for the fringe. Now you can decide your lineup. Okay. But I wanted kind of towards the center. I really wanted to call out kind of the stripes in this pattern, right? So I did the dark striping down all the way to the light. You could reverse it. You could do whatever works for you. And you can decide if you want them to be all the same or if you want them to be different. Okay. And what I did was I kind of took one step forward, one step back, and then two steps forward. Can you see that? So I kind of mixed them in. I did that here, and then I did that here. So what I did was, I'll tell you the count. 3 mauve. Mauve. 1 dark topaz AB. 1 mauve or mauve. You decide. Then the topaz, the dark topaz. Then I did 2 of those. Then I did a stripe. I did 2 of the watermelon. 1 of the tea rose. See that? Okay. Now I did 3 of the gold. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then I did the lavender rainbow. 2 of those. 1 and 2. The beige. Then the Ceylon. The beige. 2 Ceylon. So I was mixing up, I was doing the ombre down. Okay. And then I did kind of the finishes, mix the finishes a little bit too. There we go. Okay. So that's the order. So I'll do this first one. I've come down from that bottom number 8. I'll just turn it around, make it easier to run my needle down. Run the needle down all the way. And then as you put on each row, you can kind of check that it all lines up. But you can also vary it. Like, see here, I did all of these across, right? So they were the same. You can make them go into a point. Remember? Right? If you want to do that. So here it is. Here's that stripe. Look at how nice that looks. Then I have Duracoat Champagne. And then I just dumped out some from the Honey Mix, the Super Duos. And you can vary those Super Duos a little bit too. So what I did, 2 of the size 11 Duracoat, 1 of a lighter Super Duo from that mix, and then 2 of the 11-aughts. Okay. Now, I'll just come through this leg. Okay, and go all the way back up. I want to make sure that I am catching all of the beads in the tassel leg. Okay, and then here I'll just come up through that first bead in the last brick stitch row, go across to the next one, kind of put that needle in at an angle if you need to. I'm using a size 12 seed bead needle. I think that is a good choice for this, though you can use a 10 if you have it. But it's supple enough to make those little turns. Okay, so now I'll just continue on putting this down. Let me move to this one over here because I have enough. I'm going to have to add thread, so I want to show you that. I've got 3 of the mauve, 1, 2, 3. 1 of the topaz, 1 of the mauve. And as I do it, I kind of go along and I push the beads up to make sure that I'm doing this in the correct color order. Though, if you kind of mix them up a little bit, it's not the end of the world, and it can kind of look intentional as well. So don't worry. You decide what you like. Okay. So here's the watermelon and the tea rose for that nice bold stripe in the center. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 of those gold. Like that. And then the lavender, a beige, a lav, a beige, a Ceylon, a beige, and 2 Ceylon. Push it up, make sure it's correct, looks correct. And the champagne, the Super Dew, the champagne, and you could have this be a 15 instead of an 11. I just had the 11, so that's what I used. But you could use anything. You know, you could do another pop of color down here. You decide. This is a great one. Just go to your Super Duos and go to your 11-aughts, you know, and add in a color that you like. There we go. Go through and go all the way up through that one. Now, I'm getting a little short on thread, so I'm going to come in here, make sure that's sitting correctly. It is. Good. I am going to weave this in going to kind of come at it from an angle. If I can get it in there. Come on. Maybe it just wants to go through this one to start. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, I know it's time for thread chicken. Now I'll go up through this one. I'll go back down through that row. I'll go up here. And I'll go up here. And maybe I'll come down. This is kind of crazy, but that's enough weaving in. Okay, like this. Okay, so now, yeah, I mean, it is kind of a bummer. I didn't quite cut enough thread, but it's not that big of a deal to add, but it's always, it's like I only have 3 left. So here are these. And I'll add this thread in, and my needle has to come out right there. Okay, so let me get another length of thread. Okay. Oh, Sharon, we haven't talked about my new sewing machine. My new Pistachio Princess. If you follow my socials, you'll see the sewing machine that I got on Facebook Marketplace for $50. 50. I love her so much. She's in perfect shape. I took her apart thinking I would clean her up a little bit. She is so clean, not a lot of extra oil. Sorry, I'm going to have to get this into my field of vision. Yeah, I'll stay out of the sun. I'll bring a giant sun hat. I burn very, very easily. So yes, I would definitely, I have my hat, my sunglasses, my sunscreen, my sun swim jacket. Yeah, I definitely cover up because I burn to a crisp for sure. There we go. Yeah, she's a beautiful machine. A 185? Is that what it is? K? She was made in Great Britain. She was made in Scotland. By Singer. She's a beauty. I know I don't, who needs another sewing machine? I do not need another machine. But it was such a great price at $50 US. And it's a smaller one. It's kind of the size of the featherweight, kind of a smaller footprint. So I had to bring her home. As my friend, as Kim, who watches with us, she commented, I see sewing, a sewing machine, a cat, a sewing machine, a cat. Well, I like used cats and I like used sewing machines. I can't not do it, right? And that pistachio green was dreamy. And there's not a scratch on her. The paint job is amazing, so it's good. So now let's come in. So they're out there. I encourage you, if you are looking for a vintage machine, right? Check your Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of crap on Marketplace, that's for sure. But like right now here in Fresno, there are a couple of really good vintage, like I think there's a 301 that's on there, or maybe it's a 401, I can't remember. A slant shank. I have the same one. That sucker's a workhorse. And these analog mechanical machines are very easy to tune up. With a video, you could do it yourself. right? There's a great resource called the Singer Featherweight Shop. And there's all kinds of resources on there. You can get parts, you can get old parts. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah. Oh, Sue, that's right. You got a sale right. It's coming on Thanksgiving. Well, forget making turkey. You are gonna, I hope you love it. I hope you love it. It is really, you're going to be able to stitch through anything with that beauty. I do use my sale right all the time. She's a good machine. Okay, so that's almost there. Now this, 2 of the Ceylon. How am I doing on time? I'm doing okay. This. Now for the ear wires, you know, it might be nice symmetry. I was going to put these shepherd hooks on them, and that's probably what I'll do, I guess. But it would also look nice with doing like that top that I do with the gem duo in it. Let me reach. I need to reach across. Bear with me here. Like this. Hang on. The one that I used on, there we go. The one that I used on my birthday earring. Right? You could do this topper. It's the wrong color. But that would look great too on there. So you decide how you want to finish it off. I think I will keep it with the simple shepherd hook. But it just depends on what you like. Sometimes I pick the fringe up in my hand, and then it's easier to run that needle back through like that. Okay. Oh, Donna, are you having trouble with November 10? I don't think so. Make sure that your order total is $25 or more. And yeah, no combining rewards. So it should, but let us know. You can always email. We will take care of it for you. Okay, so here's this. And then let's do these last ones. Okay, so we'll go down like this. And we'll get this one. We just have 2 more to do. That one, this one, this one. Right, 2 more of these. But you do the color order that you like. You know, make a variation. It doesn't have to be the same. Right? So there's that. I'm just checking about halfway through. I like to check to make sure that it's right. And it looks like it is. Yep. 3 of those topaz. And it looks like you should have enough with just 1 tube. I mean, you could always grab 2 tubes, 1 for your archive to use later, right? And 1 for this project. But for this project, you'll definitely need, you're going to use that full tube. But I don't think you're going to run out of a color. But if you do, just kind of substitute. something else. These colors are kind of close, so don't worry. Okay. There's that. And Donna, don't worry. You can just make your order and we'll take care of we'll do the adjusting for you, okay? Don't worry, and I'll double check it. Customer service on the fly, Miranda, right?
Job. At this job, we never sleep.
That's right. We never sleep. Well, we do a little bit, but
I'm about to.
yeah. Poor Miranda, she's going through a little bit of a back issue, but you're getting better. You're on the mend,
Maybe someday.
right? We're hoping.
I'll be okay.
But Alfred is really, he's keeping her company and managing everything out here. So there's that.
Every time we like some
Right. So see here what I do to make that, whoops, that's out of focus. Sorry. Let's get that back into focus. Is I put my finger kind of on that one there and I tighten it up. There we go. Like this. And, oh, and Annie just said, Miranda, please wear a back brace, a back belt for support. Do you have one of those, Miranda?
No.
Oh, we should get you one. I bet that'll help.
It might.
Let's
But
get
it's
you
funny
one.
Because it's getting flared up from the city.
Yeah.
So I'm lifting correctly. It is 6 weeks.
Well, let's get you one. Let's go on to Amazon
Okay, but it
and
has to be purple.
order one for you, okay? I bet we can get it here tomorrow. That's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think about this.
Janice actually mentioned it too.
Well, let's get it. Why wait? There we go. And one of these. And one of these. I bet you can find a purple one.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, Janice said, I told Miranda that yesterday. Well, let's get on there.
All right.
All right. Let's get after it. We can't have you out of commission. I need those gold ones. That gold one. This one. No one cares. They do? All right. So here's that. Now we'll get 2 lavender beige. Oh, beige. I should have this committed to my brain by now. A Ceylon. Beige, 2 Ceylon, and that's it. Then we'll see how this looks. Then we'll do, let's see, where are those 11s? Do I still have some out? I might have to dump a few more out. No, here they are. 1, 2, a light one, and 2. And now we'll go back up. Like that. Careful. Yeah, don't be hitting stuff.
Live, you'll see Miranda break her back.
All right, so here's this. Now, I'm going to tighten this up. Okay, and we'll just weave this in. What do you think? That's all we need. There we go. Make sure that you're not catching it around anything. I think I'm going to go up through this row one more. I like the looks of that. Now we'll just weave back and forth a few times. I like to turn the corner when I'm doing that. That corner. Now this corner. And this corner. Okay. Now, I'll come in. I could just clip it under tension, but I've got the thread burner here with a fresh battery, so I'll take advantage of that. There we go. And here we have it. It's a good time for a screenshot. I will add that hook to it. And then let's see how they look. Open this hook really carefully. I'm going to get it in my line of sight. Put it on. There we go. All right, let's take a look. Oh, how long? Let me look for the length. I'll tell you. Carol, from the hook to the bottom of the fringe, 3 1/4. So you could certainly adjust if you felt like they were a little long for you. But there it is. Can you see it? Let me get close. There we are. It's nice. It's a nice color shift, I think. Yeah, I like them. They are a little, I like my earrings long, so, but you could make them a little shorter if you wanted. You could cut out, you know, some of these rows, but I agree. I think wearing them long looks great. Look at how nice those look there. I think they're good. Now, you could do this with any of our other 8/0 mixes. We still have, I made more of the silver screen mix. And so we still have the silver screen mix as well. So you could do these. This would be nice. The silver screen, remember I did my birthday earrings out of those, but these would look equally great as this one. So yeah, it's good times. So again, the Alona, I'll put this up as a project, so you can get a good up close view of this too, but so that you have a list of everything I used. But it's a good stash diver, right? For whatever you want to use on the bottom. You could use the drops, the Miyuki drops, if you wanted to here. Anything, right? Yeah, the Sealy mix, Cindy, that would look great. I kind of like the striping, you know, and you could definitely mix it up. But I think just that little subtle bit of pebbling in the center there, the striping up here and the striping down there, I think works out pretty well, right? I think. Okay, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. There we go. I'll see you Friday. Friday for Free Tip Friday. I'll see you then. let me put up, I didn't put up the, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me put up the whoops. That was kind of weird. Let me put up the contact stuff before I sign off, just to say, come on. Why isn't it coming up? There we go. There it is. You can find us, as you know, all over the web. Hit us up at info@beadshop.com if you have questions. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification button over on YouTube. We're still growing, but I still want you to subscribe. If you're watching, and I know you are, and you haven't hit that subscription, please, please do. All right, we know. I do know. On Facebook, join us over at the Bead Table, our fantastic Facebook group, Instagram at beadshop.com, and of course, our Pinterest pages have a lot of inspiration for you. And thank you, folks, as always, for your support of our small women-owned business. As you know, without you out there supporting us, sharing our live streams, buying our products, we wouldn't be able to be here and do what we love, which is bring you creativity and love through the love of beading. Thanks, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye, all.